Hey guys, Shakra is here for yet another in-depth League Informative. Today we'll be taking a look at the jungling items in the upcoming patch, which is already on the PBE and should be hitting the live servers soon, patch 3.14. So, firstly, let's start by looking at what patch 3.14 brought in terms of changes. For Spectral Wraith, the item for AP junglers, it no longer has Spell Vamp nor the Smite cooldown reduced. It now has a new passive that gives you percentage of spell damage in health and mana. This only works on jungle monsters and is halved for AoE spells. The item was also buffed in AP. Elder Lizard had its passive Incinerate buffed and its AD slightly nerfed. Ancient Golem had its health value nerfed, and Wriggle's Lantern has completely different stats and is now less suited for combat. Apart from these changes, the 4 jungle items are now considered gold generation items. And why is that? Well, they now all have a gold generating related passive. Spirit of the Elder Lizard and Spectral Wraith now have a passive called Bounty Hunter. Kills, assists, and epic monsters grant 40 extra gold, and large monsters grant 10 extra gold. Spirit of the Ancient Golem now has conservation stacks. Killing a large or epic monster will give the user up to 40 gold, depending on when you last got a conservation stack. Wriggle's Lantern now gives 40% extra gold from monster kills. I will go more in depth on these changes in another video. For now, I want to strictly look at gold values and differences. So, Spirit Stone items are still very similar. They all cost 2000 gold, they all have 10% CDR, they all have 7 mana regen per 5 and 14 health regen per 5 seconds, the same passive, which is Butcher, and a distinct stat and a distinct passive. Now then, on to the math. Starting with the spirit items, Ancient Golem had its health reduced from 500 to 350, meaning the value of this item went down. It's now worth 2168 gold as opposed to 2563 gold from Season 3. However, the item is still worth more 8% than the base stats given, down from 28%. Elder Lizard had its AD reduced by 5, the item went down from being worth 2453 gold to 2281 gold. It is still, however, cost efficient. It's still worth more 14% than the base stats given, down from 23%. One thing notable of a mention though was the buff to the true damage passive. The scaling is still the same, 2 true damage per level, but the base damage was increased by 10. You'll now be doing between 16 and 50 extra true damage as opposed to 6 to 40 true damage. This means that overall the item may have been more buffed than actually nerfed. Spectral Wraith no longer gives Spell Vamp and instead gives health regen. The item's cost efficiency was toned down, but yet again it's still cost efficient. The item is worth 2248 gold, or 12% more than the base stats given, down from 20%. However, the new passive functions similarly to Spell Vamp, and it even allows mana-based AP junglers to keep their mana pool up throughout the game. I can't really measure the value of the new passive, but it's definitely good. Last but not least is Wriggle's Lantern, and it suffered a complete change. It used to be built off Madrid and Vampiric Scepter. It was made into an item that now isn't AD or AP centric, building off of Madrids and 2 daggers. And overall, it now has worse combat stats and is worth much less. The old Wriggles was just about cost efficient, being worth 1994 gold, when compared to the cost, which was 2000 gold. The new Wriggles, however, is only worth 1200 gold, meaning you're paying an extra 600 gold, or 33%, looking solely at base stats. However, don't forget 2 things. 1, you have a free ward every 3 minutes, so it's 75 gold you're sort of gaining. Not only that, the new Wriggles gives 40% extra gold per monster slain. So overall, you'll have to think if you want this item or not. It's quite the risk, but if you farm up, well, you'll make it a worthwhile purchase. Also, it may be a better purchase on champions who directly use attack speed in combat, like Trundle, as opposed to champions like Lee Sin who won't necessarily use it as well. So overall, the items were nerfed in terms of gold efficiency, but we can't really measure passives, so all the spirit items remain strong, effective jungle items. Not only that, the fact that they give passive gold throughout the game balances out the fact that they're worth less gold. That's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the rather short video, and I hope you guys join me next time where I'll be looking a bit more in depth into the other jungle changes, including the new camp, the gold flow in camps and items, timers, and jungle routes. please remember to follow me on Facebook and Nook. Links are in the description. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you're not subscribed to me yet, I hope you click the subscribe button. And that's pretty much all for today. I'll see you guys in the Rift. Chakra signing out.